Wake up, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gon' rise to the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Went missing on June 15th, 2021. She disappeared from her home at 110 Ben Hill Road in Hawkins County. On her 2-year milestone, we placed this banner on the side of the road. Since she went missing, she hasn't been heard or seen from again. While I was visiting the area, I saw Don Wells working on his truck and asked him if he'd come down and speak to me, which he did. Don Wells and I had a conversation about his daughter Summer Wells and information related to her disappearance. Don Wells maintains that somebody came on the property and took his daughter away. He still believes after all this time she has been abducted. His family came under heavy scrutiny, but they maintained their innocence. One thing Don Wells told me is that they have no new leads into anybody that could have been responsible or is responsible for the disappearance of his daughter Summer Wells. Many people across this country want to know what happened to Summer Wells. Where is Summer? If you have any information related to the disappearance of Summer Wells, you are asked to call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
I'm Jennifer Santanello, and this is Layla. She's my firstborn child. She's the child that made me a mother. If my girl is out there somewhere, I would like for these stories to reach her. She seems to have vanished, and we have been investigating her disappearance for almost 3 months now. We need more eyes on her story. We need to shine a light and get her story out of just this small town that it's in. I am here to implore you to share and talk about our girl. If my girl is no longer with us, I would like for those who know what happened to her to feel the pressure.
What inspired you to this particular case?
I'm always interested in stuff like this. Obviously, talking to you about the Summerwell stuff like that, I'm not always trying to be on the right side and help people that are hurting. But her being local, and like I told her, my son's 25 and Layla ain't too much younger, so
Yeah,
it could be anybody from Kingsport. It's the way I
could.
look at it, you know.
Yeah,
And more people should be here helping her, as far as I'm concerned.
I agree.
Many of us came from all over the country to help Jennifer Santanello look for her daughter. Can you help? If you know something, say something.
Her family has been struggling so much to find answers, and they have been met with lies after lies after lies from a lot of people that proclaim to be this young lady's friends. So
This is Leila Santanello. She has been missing since June 27th, 2023, and she disappeared from Kingsport, Tennessee. Chronicles of Olivia and I went out to Kingsport, Tennessee on several different trips, searching for Leila Santanello or any information leading to her whereabouts. These are my thoughts on this case.
well, I have to be honest with you. I was hoping by now we would have found Layla. So this has been very hard. You know, we want to bring her home. We want to make sure that her family knows what happened to her, I think is really the most important. Her family has been struggling so much to find answers, and they have been met with lies after lies after lies from a lot of people that proclaim to be this young lady's friends. Just like to speak to them just for a moment and just say, if you know something, say something, because her life does matter. For the family members of these people that know what happened to her, it could have been your daughter. It could have been your granddaughter. You need to ask them to stand up and speak up.
Hi, Bullhorn Betty. Thank you for my shirt. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Kids Club.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Well, good morning, my beautiful coffee beans. Hi, YouTube. Hi, X. It's nice to see you. I know I'm not really too boisterous this morning because I don't know who's sleeping. I'm still in a hotel. So I got to be calm, right? It's not like we're at the house, we're at the office where we can just start screaming and hooting and hollering. I didn't even bring any buttons. I almost brought the BS button. I have to be honest. I looked at it and I'm like, I can just imagine this going off at the most inopportune time. So I opted to leave it at the house. Sonia, good morning. It's nice to see you. It's me, Jen. It's nice to see you, Love Bug. Good morning. Good morning. The real me too. Skittles World Crimes. It's nice to see you. I always wonder what her name's going to be today. But we know it's Skittles. You know what? I almost want you to send me your address over there in New Zealand so I can send you a package of American Skittles. I know you probably get something like that over there, but I almost want to send you it just and sign my name on it. It's nice to see you. Good morning. Good morning. I think isn't it? Yes, you are from New Zealand. I have to think because I always get my stuff mixed up because there's another place. I can't remember what it is, but I was talking about. If I got it wrong, you're gonna have to correct me. Speculation Station, it's nice to see you. Good morning. Good morning. I decided to kind of hold off. I was going to go to live at 7:30, but I saw Dolly was going live from the scene. So I know there's a lot of people over on Dolly's live right now. Apparently somebody drove off a freaking dock or whatever. I mean, golly, it looks awfully cold out there. I know I'm going to be blistery cold here in just a little bit. This is not going to be a long live. I just had to come in here to say hi to everybody because my day is already going to be getting started very early. Olivia is going to be coming into town. I've got some footage I've got to get taken care of. But we had Karen and I had an interesting, we had a great time. It was very interesting. I have to be honest with you with the Alec Murdaugh. I'm not going to rehatch everything that we've already discussed related to the Alec Murdaugh case, but you guys kind of know where I sit on that. But before we get started on Leila Santanello, I'm going to show you some of the footage that you guys haven't seen. Here in just a few moments. It was the stuff on my camera. So, but it's nice to see you. Josie, Cool Gamer, is up in the house. Patricia, it's nice to see you. Good morning. Pin 1010 up in the house. Nice to see you. KB, Nurse Sandy, Melinda, good morning. Good morning. Courtney Dawn, it's nice to see you all here this morning. My eyes just don't want to focus, even with the glasses on. I don't know what the heck's going on here. If I've missed anybody, it looks like I'm getting close to the end. So if I've missed anybody, good morning. All the people that, Mike, good morning. Jules, it's nice to see you. Kim, good morning. Angela, it's nice to see you. So everybody that's going to be watching on the replay, Turtle Madness, it's nice to see you. I'm telling on you. I know where you're at. I'm going to tell the turtles. I'm going to tell the turtles. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Thanks for the love and support. I love it. I love it. I know Turtle Madness is double dutying right now. And she's probably laughing and saying, yeah, I am. That's so cute. That's so cute. Thank you. Thank you. So today, many of you know, we're here in Tennessee. Leila Santanello is very near and dear to my heart for many reasons. Leila Santanello disappeared June 27th, 2023. And one of our beautiful members here on the Bullhorn Betty channel reached out to me and said, you know, this mother has a missing daughter. Nobody is taking her case seriously. She's just trying to find answers. She doesn't know what happened. And I asked her to send me over everything she could. And I had a laundry list of questions. And she's like, you know, the mom's willing to talk to you if you take a few minutes. And I did. And when I talked to Jennifer Santanello for the first time, I can't remember if it was on the phone or in text, my heart broke for her. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't, you know, the first things we did was just, you know, get some resources out to her, get her some flyers. We had to overnight flyers. She was just missing. It was, I can't remember. It was like August. She had already been missing 30 or 45 days by the time we got involved. And they didn't really have a whole lot of flyers or, you know, a whole lot of presence out there in Kingsport at the time. So we just did whatever we could. And it was really rough to even raise the $150 to get the flyers out to them, because typically we have time and I print all that from the house. That's what that big, huge dinosaur printer is. It's my color printer. It's a machine. It's a duplexing. It's not a printer. It's a copy machine. It's a full-fledged copier. You know, it's supposed to be on a thing with wheels, right? And I've got it up on it's a huge copy machine, but it's just missing the bottom portion of it. So anyways, long story short is we typically prepare the flyers in a house and get, you know, a ream, you know, 250 or 500 out to these families fairly inexpensively. because I buy the toner, I buy the paper, and we pay for the postage. There's no middleman, there's no company to do it. In this particular situation, we had to have it literally done within an hour. It was on a Sunday. We needed to get that ready for her. And so that's how we were able to help. And so I was hoping just by doing that and bringing some awareness, more people would pick up the case and go forward with her case, start picking it up on more channels. Nobody picked up the case. And, obviously there's things that were heightened at this time. I was, really not, I wanted to be involved. I wanted to help, but I didn't want to, cause what happened, but nobody was helping, period. And so we went out there, we did our thing, which our thing is a beautiful thing. When Olivia and I put our heads together and start doing work and start sleuthing and start really looking into these cases, trying to identify areas of interest and things of that nature, we do amazing things. And we were able to literally explode this case up overnight. And people were finally seeing Layla's case. And then, of course, because of the publicity that we were able to surround this case with, millions of people, by the way, millions of people. One video alone on TikTok, I think we're up to almost 4 million, 3.6 million views on that one alone. And that was one of the first videos that I dropped of Layla. We really did some really great work in bringing attention and advocacy to her name. We were able to push her onto a national platform because of the work that we did. And we're very grateful that we were able to do that despite all the stuff that came, ensued. The problem is even with all this publicity, all this information, she still has not been found. We're still out here on our third or fourth trip now. I can't remember. I think maybe our third trip out here to search for her and to find out if we can find any additional information. The information that we have that has been corroborated by law enforcement is that Layla was at the AmeriCorps Hotel. Okay. On the 26th, something happened. This information as to what terrified or put her in this shock-like phase at the AmeriCorps Hotel is still everybody's guess. We don't know. Did she see somebody that scared her? We don't know what the situation that put her in this terror type of emotional state. But that's really kind of what was described. She was peeking around the corner. She was scared. She was running away from everybody. Somebody was able to get her. A beautiful lady was able to get her and calm her down and just try to get some information from her and try to help her. She was noticeably upset, so much so that people were trying to help her. We don't know what put her in that particular state. All they said is while they were trying to help her, she just started running. She was running away from them so much so she tripped and fell in front of them and got up and continued toward the trees. She obviously slept in the woods overnight. We have a witness seeing her come out of the woods. She had dirt visibly on both shoulders. But she was good. She was kind of searching for something in the tall grass. We don't know what. It could have been a purse. It could have been a number of things, right? It could have been a number of things. And then while she was doing that, a gentleman that was coming to work was noticing her and, obviously asked her if there was anything that if she needed anything or if he could help in any way. And she gave a symbol that many equate to wanting a cigarette. And he said he doesn't smoke. And so she went in, she continued past him and went on to the Greenbelt. And that was around, I think he said between 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning. Well, he also informed us that around 9 or 9:30, between that time frame, a gentleman was also coming through there asking if anybody had seen his wife. That's what he was talking about. And he described Layla. Come to find out, it was Michael. Michael Thompson was searching for her. We learned from information from Jennifer Santanello that Michael, this is information that's already been released just for clarification. It's on her TikTok that Michael had been looking for her and sent her some text messages related to if she had seen Layla. But these text messages were for the 24th. Okay. So he had been searching for Layla since the 24th. And then the day that she's missing, this gentleman sees her, and then about a half hour or so later sees Michael Thompson searching for her. And he proceeds to the Greenbelt because obviously the man said what he told us. Yes, I did see her and she was going this way. So Michael absolutely knew that he was finally hot on her trails at, again, he's been searching for her since June 24th. It's now the morning of June 27th. And he's finally spoke to somebody that had just seen her a half an hour to an hour beforehand. So then we proceed through the day. There's a chunk of time that is missing from this time that this guy saw her early in the morning between 7:30 and 8:30 to the time the lady saw her at the Marble Slab Creamery around 12:30, 12:31. We'll say between 12 and 1, give an hour a window there. But I think it was closer to the 12:30, 1 o'clock mark than the 12 to 12:30 mark. But that's just, I'll say that's my opinion at this moment. And that was the last anybody has seen from her. That is the last information that law enforcement has corroborated. That is all the information that is available to anybody and everybody. I know there's been rumors that that there is a possibility that she was seen on a video somewhere. So far, from my understanding, now I have not spoken to Jennifer for a significant amount of time. I'm sure that I will I spoke to her, but it's not been about any information like this. It's just been, hi, how you doing, blah, 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 or having our contact person reach out to her or whatnot. But for all intents and purposes, I haven't really spoken to her for, a significant amount of time personally. And so hopefully we'll find out if that information is true. I'll reach out to Lieutenant Taylor again, see if there's any new information that can be released that they is okay to release. But right now, that is all the information that we have that is corroborated, factual information. The other stuff has not been corroborated by any stretch of the imagination, to the best of my knowledge. Now, again, haven't spoke to Jen, I would say, for a significant amount of time. So I haven't spoken to her since, I think, personally, Thanksgiving time. I think I spoke to her around Christmas time when we came up here to drop off some Christmas gifts. And since that trip, I think I've just checked on her, a handful of times because I've got team members. I'm busy. So I've got team members that are constantly engaged with these victims' families. I don't need to have them, being blown up by all of us. We have, ways of things, and it handles itself. I'll just leave it at that. It handles itself. Can I have some cheese? Yeah, cheese. Guy, I kept wondering, what the hell are they talking about? I think that was the second thing about Cheez-Its. I didn't know. And then I just happened to catch the one, and I look behind me, and there it is, Cheez-Its. And the first thing I think is Carly Russell, and then I see people already cracking up jokes in the chat about Carly Russell. You guys are freaking hilarious. I know. I did. Look at that. I'm sorry. That is, how can I turn that up? I've never heard of these duos. I have to tell you, guys, Cheez-It, I'm not the spokesperson for Cheez-Its. I promise you, I'm not the spokesperson for Cheez-Its. All I can simply say is so far, I think I found my favorite combination. Oh, excuse me, duos. I really do. I think I got my favorite duo, and it's bacon, cheese and bacon. But, I have to be honest, if they come out with a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, I don't know. This might see the graveyard. I don't know. Somebody say bacon? Bacon strips. It's so funny. I was talking to Olivia, and you know how she's got Remy, and I call him Demon Dog. I'm like, so she was there, and I'm like, oh, I said, Demon Dog, I said, I've been away from Demon Dog so much, he's not going to be nice to me anymore. I'm going to have to bring some bacon. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not bringing bacon. Let that dog nip at me. Put up my juice. Let me at him. Right? I can't wait to see him. I told Olivia, I said, I'm going to tell you right now, if I cry when I see you, if you tell anybody, I'm lying about it. Okay. I miss her that much. Oh my goodness. this has been, I got to tell you, it's been a shock to the system. She was just 20 minutes away from me, right? And, now she's like 8 hours. So I'm having palpitations over here. The funny thing is to be honest with you, personally seeing her, I'm seeing her probably about as much as I saw her when she was 20 minutes away. But there's just something about knowing that one of your BFFs are only 20 minutes away versus 8 hours away, and you got to think of it like this, like Olivia and Mom are like family to me, and they're alone. So if something happened to them, I would be like 8 hours away, So I think about those things too. Like if they really needed help, you got to have contingency plans for this, because I'm telling you, there's a few people that I would, anyways, enough said. That's Olivia and Mom, right? Right along with my family. I mean, it's just, I worry, I worry. So that's, I'm a worry wart. Believe it or not, I am a worry wart. I love it when you and Olivia do content because we're just so organic. We like each other. Shows. I gotta tell you, we are at times like sisters. So we get just like any normal. We do get under each other's skin every now and again. Okay, not so much, but every now and again, I can tell you, close quarters for extended period. But for the most part, I mean, think about it. We were in literally close quarters. We were in a hostel together. We traveled the country together. We were in such close quarters. It's not even funny. And we didn't there weren't really that many problems for being up each other's craws, for that extended amount of time. I mean, we were on the road together, for the first year, right? I mean, it was like every week we were out. It'll get back to that. It'll get back to that eventually. We just need to get solid footing and get back out there. So anyway, so Leila Santanello, that's just where we're at with this case. And those things haven't really changed much. Now, we did hear law enforcement is honing in on a group of people. It's obviously been publicized. It was put out on a public post on Facebook. We ran it on the other channel, which caused the other channel much grief because, let's face it, somebody who doesn't want the truth coming out, and they're utilizing a system that is ridiculous. It's a violation. I'm not getting into it, but either way, there you have it. And at the end of the day, the bottom line is that the people that knew her, spoke to her, were around her that day need to speak to law enforcement. They need to quit saying they can't speak to them or whatever. They have a right to remain silent, but just say that, just say you don't want to talk, that you invoke your right to remain silent, right? Instead of giving the whole hoopla of go speak to this person, that person, every other person, but don't speak to me. Just say you invoke your right to remain silent. You plead the fifth, right? You plead the fifth. So I don't know. We'll see how everything goes. I feel like there's something more here. Obviously, if you look at everything, I think if you go back to Jen's TikTok, she's opened up about so much. She's an amazing mom. I'm very honored to have met her. I'm very honored to have been allowed in her home. I am very honored to be able to tell her daughter's story, because I think really cases like Layla and, families like Jen's, I think they lose their voice because there's this stereotypical notion that for some reason, imperfect people shouldn't get the same attention as those that appear perfect or have a better background or a better lifestyle, right? And if anybody knows anything about me, I come from a lot of toxicity, and didn't at a younger age, I didn't realize that it was so toxic on my body, on my mind, on my soul, on my spirituality. I didn't realize what it was taking away. And it took me to some pretty dark places. I have to be honest with you. I had to crawl out of a hole that I pray to God nobody ever has to go into. But I understand that. Did it mean I was a bad person, or didn't matter, that my life wasn't worth saving, that, I was a nobody? That's really what attracted me to Leila Santanello's case, is because I don't know how many nights my mom walked in Jen's shoes, not knowing where I was, not knowing if I was okay, not knowing if I was breathing. There was just something about this particular case that drew me in and has kept me in. Many know that I always keep an arm's length away from family. I do that for perspective. I do that not to be mean. I always give them the support of the channel, the support of me. I always try to check up on them. But, Layla's case is even as emotionally as I am in it. If people would think that I was on the phone with Jen on a daily basis, I am not. I am not. I apply the same rules in this case as I do every single other case that I deal with. And I love that policy, because if we do the repetition every single case all the time, we keep that solid foundation. So, but her case matters to me. Layla matters to me. And I can tell you personally, this could have been me. I was in a lot of abusive relationships when I was, out there using. I've had guns stuck to my head. I've been beaten. I've lived some disturbing things. It could have been me, and it could have been somebody too. And I'm glad that I had an opportunity to be here. I'm still glad we're fighting for her. I'm glad that, hopefully we will eventually find out some information about her. I just hope that people that are hearing things, even if at this point, even if it's rumor, even if you don't know it's true. And I'm not talking about the people online. I'm talking about the people in Kingsport that know each other and that have heard things. Those are the people that I'd like to speak to. If you've heard something, speak up. I promise you, they will do their best, their absolute best, to keep you anonymous. They just want information. They don't care where they get it at this point. They still have to investigate it. So if you know something, if you have a hint of something, if you were at a party and somebody was under the influence of something and had those outbursts or utterances, or not realizing what they, those admissions, the drunken admissions, come forward. I'm asking you to come forward, because it could be you next. Everybody has value. And I just hope you understand that Layla has value just as well as everybody else. Anybody that's struggling, I pray that you get the help that you need. There is help out there. The first step is realizing you are powerless, that you are out of control. You have no control over your life. You have no control over what's going on, and you need to change people, places, and things. And the first step starts with you. So anybody that's out there struggling, I do hope that you get help, so you're not a victim of this. The problem is that, addiction has been classified as a disease, right? It is medically classified as a disease, like cancer. I just want to put that in perspective for everybody out there. We don't know where Layla is, but we can, I think, there's one of two things that could be going on here. One is that she, HT, ST, there is that possibility. She's at that horrible, horrible hotel. There's been several young ladies that have disappeared from this area. We're still on the look for Holland Snap. She hasn't been heard of. I was hopeful for her because of the information we found. There was only one thing that I didn't realize, and that was her height. She's a very, very, very short girl, 4'10". She's shorter than Bullhorn Betty. Like, I'm 5'1". Maybe 5'3". I don't know. I'm short. I'm a munchkin. Okay. I'm a munchkin. And she's more of a munchkin, right? She's even, another 4 inches, 3.5 inches shorter than me. So she's tiny and much smaller. She's probably half of my body weight. She's probably, under like I'm not going to tell my body weight. Some things that I just got to keep to myself, y'all. I tell you my age. Okay. It's going to be 410. There's going to be, somebody that knows something, but we did get a lot of good activity the last time we were here for her. So it would be interesting if we can find, I don't think she's that heavy though. I think she's under 100 pounds. I looked at her body in that photo and there's no way she could be 115 pounds. I think she's under 100 for Holland. When Layla went missing, I think they said about 115. But I was looking at photos of her, and maybe, but it seemed like she might have lost at least another 10 pounds from that. To be honest with you, they were both fairly thin. Oh, thank you, sweetie pie. God bless you. Oops, I hit the wrong one. God bless you. No one wakes up wanting to. Exactly. Nobody does. And it's kind of crazy how it happens because you're just, you're having a bad day. Somebody, usually when it comes to women, honestly, it does suck. But the majority of, the women I've spoken with, just like me, were introduced some substance by a guy that they were dating. And that was kind of how, that transpired in my life. I was dating a guy, this will make you feel better, blah, bada bing, bada boom, there you have it. And what an ugly illness that is to have. It is just, it's wicked. It's ill. It's sick. But that's where we are today. I don't want to fill up too much time. I really don't have any fresh content for Layla to give you today. We're out here to learn some more information about her. See if anybody, just see if anybody's stories changed or if anybody would like to, speak about it. We'll be out here. If anybody knows anything about me, they'll know where I'll be, be roaming, right? There's very specific areas that I will be in and around today. It's mostly going to be the East Stone Commons area and some other identified areas that I have where I'll be, walking and talking and speaking to some neighbors and doing my thing, just getting a lay of the land, seeing if anybody has seen her or heard from her. And just, passing out flyers, doing our part to keep her name live and well here in this community where her name needs to be live and well at. We want to make sure everybody knows that she is still missing, that we need everybody's hands on deck. I'm not worried about anything. We've got, there's several people here. Obviously Olivia and Mom are coming here. We've got other people that are in and around this area that we know personally. I'm perfectly capable. You don't have to worry about a thing. And you should know better, the real me too. I mean, even when we were at the Murdaghs, right? People, we saw people. It's like you're never really alone, right? You're never really alone. So that's all we're doing. We don't ever come in here and well, let me just put it like this. I spoke to law enforcement. In all fairness, had Hawkins County, Ronnie Lawson just responded to, a few emails. It probably would have been a little more accommodating for him as well. But Sullivan County's chill. That's where we were with Don. That and that whole nonsense when Don had us running around like a chicken with our head cut off that day. They were law enforcement here is absolutely on our rights. So they made sure that they upheld our rights and were very fair, balanced, and definitely applaud Sullivan County. So we're always fine. The only rules we have to follow are the law. So, as long as we're following the law, the law enforcement generally is okay with it. Sometimes following the law, they it gives them a little bit of heartburn at times. That's part of their job. They have to deal with it, right? And they do it gracefully. So I always give a big shout out to our beautiful law enforcement. We back the blue here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Not necessarily the blue. All right. we know what we do. We know what we do, but we do try to be respectful, and we do try to work with law enforcement when law enforcement is willing to work with us. And, just we're very accommodating. So if I ever come out and I reach out to law enforcement and they tell me, please don't go in this area, we haven't searched it, I will not go in that area at all. Again, my whole purpose out here is to advocate for cases, bring attention to cases. And at times when push comes to shove and we need to hold law enforcement accountable, that's what we do as well. We don't like knowing that people are on the street that have hurt other people, because why? It puts people in their community in jeopardy. I'm sorry, whenever somebody has the ability to take a life and is on our street, to me, in my mind, they have nothing to lose and are willing to do anything. And that is I don't play when it comes to, the well-being of citizens, period. Many know I'm a political activist. So it's not that I worry about myself more than I worry about other people. I worry about other people. I worry about the people of the community. And that's the concern I had. And I was right to have that concern, because even later in the process with Quentin Simon, Leilani was out with another child, her son's age. I was absolutely disgusted. And that is the reason why I did what I did, right? When people are so stupid, and I'm going to call it stupid, that you're hanging around somebody that has been accused of the unthinkable, and you put a child, and the unthinkable is that she was accused of harming a child, and you put another child in and around her because you don't think she did it. That is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. I don't care whether you think she did it or didn't do it. You protect that child at all cost. That's the way I was taught. You wait until find out. You don't put your child in jeopardy and then find out. I don't know about everybody else, but that's the way I was taught, right? You want to go, you're an adult, you can be around those people, that's perfectly fine. But you do not go and put another individual in harm's way, and especially a defenseless child. And that's exactly what happened. And that was out there on Tybee Island. It was absolutely disgusting. I was absolutely appalled. I was absolutely floored. And I did not go on public or private property. I stayed on public property, but you know what? My mouth carries. And I didn't need my bullhorn. So wah. Now I have a bedazzled one. So I may just use it for, the prop. I may use it for a prop. Bullhorn Betty's mouth is a bullhorn. Where's my laughy button? Laughy, ha, ha, ha. No, I'm just joking. Oh, 3 flying doves. Hey, love bug. It's nice to see you this morning. Nice to see you. All right, guys, I told you I wasn't going to be on here long. I really just wanted to come and visit with you, let you guys know that I'm safe and sound. I know there's a lot of people out there that truly worry about my well-being, and I love you and thank you for that. I'm on the road this morning. I'm not sure you guys want to stay because today's going to be kind of one of those off days. I got some things to do that's going to take me about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours this morning. And then after that is all done, we're going to be, I'm going to be free. So I've got several things I'd like to do. So I thought maybe if the internet works, I've got my hotspot box. It's what's been running this entire show this morning because this internet at this hotel sucks. I think I'm in the furthest room away from the Wi-Fi. Like I couldn't even get emails to pop up on the Wi-Fi. It was really, really bad. And I'm like, please tell me my Wi-Fi box is working. And I turned it on and we have a live, right? We have a live. Oh, look who it is. Melody. Well, how are you doing, my love? I have not seen your name in this chat in a while. And Gail, you too. It is nice to see you guys. Good morning, loves. Good morning. Welcome to the new channel. Welcome to the new channel. So we're out here in Kingsport, Tennessee. Look at Hindsight. Good morning, Hindsight. I see you up in the house. Amanda, good morning. So we're out here in Kingsport, Tennessee. And if you guys recognize the name Kingsport, Tennessee, good morning, Emma. It's because this is where Summer Wells was hanging out that day she disappeared. She was at the horse stables at that pond, that disgusting, stinky, gotta bathe in bleach pond, water hole. Oh, that was so disgusting. I remember We were out there, I think it was for Summer Wells' 2-year milestone. And we met these beautiful sisters. I remember one of them was Tammy. And golly, I can't remember her sister's name. I want to say Sherry, but I feel like that's so wrong. I feel like it's not that. But either way, we were out there. And so we're like, we're going to get into the water. The minute that muck, like when you start stepping in that water, and that, you know how you just naturally walk, your feet, you sink down in this slime, this absolute disgusting, filthy, gunky, just muck. And it's like slime with leaves. And the minute your foot moves and makes that next step, that water starts spinning, you know, when it has kind of suctions. So when you pull your foot up, all that dirt and gunk kind of comes up to the surface. You guys can visualize this, right? Good morning, Bookworm. Oh, thank you, Melody. God bless you. Oh, look at it. Huntress is here. Hey, beautiful. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Melody. God bless you. And then you take that, so you guys can visualize that. You guys have all stepped into water and know what I'm talking about, how when you take a step, that when your foot kind of comes up, all that, it's almost like backwash that comes up with your foot. Oh, the smell. OMG. It smelled like horse dung. And that's for the reason why I say that I absolutely believe all that crap from that horse stable just goes right into that. It was, oh. But you know what? I'm a trooper, right? I'm a trooper. I still went in. I still went in that nasty, disgusting, filthy, stinky water. And then I could walk through this, and this smell is just, now it's starting, because I'm walking out to where Summer was, where she was pictured. All under my foot, past about maybe 2 feet into that water hole, was nothing but hard sticks, just tree stuff all under there. Every step I took hurt my feet, to the point where you almost needed to slide your feet. But I was scared to slide my feet because there was so much glass. So it was like you're trying to not to step on the glass, the other debris that's kind of in the water and in the kind of in the gunk, in addition to trying to walk over all these branches while your feet are getting sunk into this 2 inches of just slime, muck, and just ugh. And that is the water hole there. And if nobody believes me, I'm sure there's people that are in this chat right now that have not been out there, that live here in Kingsport or near Kingsport. Go out to the horse stables, right across, put Warriors Path horse stables, take right to the horse stables. Right directly across the horse stables is the watering hole that Summer Wells was in. And in that watering hole, go step in it. Take a few steps. If I were you, this is my suggestion. This is what I did not do. And I definitely recommend it at this point, is get those, those water shoes with like the rubber bottoms. That's really what you need to go in there. It's disgusting. And I can tell you, I was just there like I go by there every time I come to Tennessee. So honestly, I don't know why any child would be in that disgusting water swimming, but that's just my opinion, right? And just because I wouldn't do something doesn't mean it stops somebody else from doing something. But I can tell you, Tammy, her sister, and I used bleach wipes to wipe ourselves down with it. It was that disgusting. And Summer was swimming in that, dunking her head under it, put water. Let's see what we got going on here. Yes, Dawn does have court this morning. Dawn has court this morning? What time? I am in town. I would set up a camera and get him captured walking out. Maybe he'll give me another statement. I have to be honest with you. I was surprised that Dawn came down and talked to me. I really was. And, I can honestly say that from what, I mean, he's upset because I'm looking at him. Obviously he doesn't want me looking at him. He doesn't want me looking at Candace in this case. Right. But he knows I'm looking for his daughter, and he thanked me for that. He knows I'm tirelessly and looking for his daughter. So, like I said, it's just, you're in a pickle because everything keeps coming back to this house. And right now, nobody can explain that. And I even asked him again, can you explain that? He goes, no, I can't. He goes, I know it does. I mean, he was honest, about that. He was honest. I felt out of everything that he's ever told me, I think the last conversation was probably the most honest he had been with me. He did lie to me a few times during that conversation that I absolutely know he lied to me about, like with the boys and leaving work. He wouldn't, when I kind of told him, well, that's not the information, this is what I heard, he kind of just changed the subject. He wouldn't address it once he realized who I spoke to in what that person had told me. But everything else seemed to be, honest. I did feel a lot of honesty come from Don. Like I said, he told me about the social workers coming the night before and what time they came before. He told me about that. So yeah, there was some things that he started flip-flopping and started distancing himself from Summer being Daddy's little girl. Now Summer's Mommy's little girl. And so those are certain things that make me a little uncomfortable with when people start doing that, because it's a distancing type of situation, in my opinion. There we go. What was that? But you know what? I mean, at the end of the day, I don't believe him, but he knows darn well that I've been looking for his daughter, and it doesn't really matter where the leads lead. They lead where they lead. And when we were doing the investigative reports on this 2 years ago, nothing has changed. Law enforcement has not come off the fact that they say there's no evidence of an abduction from June 18th, 2021, 3 days after Summer disappeared, to today is January 31st. Wow, February. January 31st, 2024. Law enforcement hasn't come off that statement yet. I find that very problematic for me personally. I do. You need to get a pair of beach shoes. Yeah, it's disgusting out there. Absolutely disgusting. I live close to Kingsport, but haven't been to the water hole. I need to go sometime. Well, Bookworm, I'll be out there sometime later today. I just wish I had a better time frame than I do. But, if you do come out and you want to check the water out just to test it, make sure you bring some type of sanitizing wipes after you're done, because there's not really any water. And I'm telling you, you're going to want to take a shower when you're done. I changed out of my bathing suit right there in the parking lot. Opens the door, drape the 3 towels over the door, and make myself a makeshift changing room. I was not, but it's still, even after I changed my clothes, I didn't feel like I could clean myself until I got in the shower. It was gross. I don't ever think my mother has ever let me. I think my mother would have freaked out if I was swimming in something like that. Like, she would be like, get your asses out of that water right now. I'm tearing your asses up. You know how moms do. If it was my father, he kept getting so tongue-tied because my older sister and my name were so similar. When my dad got mad, they just ran together. It's like, Angela, get your asses down here right now. We're like, oh, he said, Angela, hide. I saw it following the person in front of them, right on their ass. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah. Yeah, amoebas and parasites. Yeah, it's disgusting. And you know what? It is stagnant water. There's not a whole lot of moving water there. It's not a moving, so that would be conducive for more of amoeba type situations, because out further, there's actually boats and stuff. Like when you get out of that watering hole, like right past it, you can see almost I want to call it a bay, but I know it's not a bay because I know they don't have bays in Tennessee. So I have to think it's like a huge lake of some sort. But right past that water hole has an opening to a much larger body of water that I've seen people on boats and skis and jet skis and things like that up and down that portion of it. But that little inlet there that Summer Wells was swimming in, not so much, and very, very disgusting. And I can tell you, absolutely, we know how runoff works, right? I mean, when you have something kind of on top of a hill and say there's rainwater, it kind of goes down the hill, right? And you can kind of see the clear path of, so you got to think they have a lot of animals up there, not just the donkeys, not just the horses. They've got goats. They've got, yes, it goes right into that area. So we were all swimming in a hole. We were up Schitt's Creek without a paddle, literally. I don't know how else to describe it than that. It was disgusting, guys. And that was, and I'm sure that little girl had a lot of fun. She looked like she really enjoyed herself from what we saw in those videos from that day. It looked like she really enjoyed herself. But anyways, guys, we're in Kingsport. We're going to be obviously covering several cases here. We still have Holland Snap that's missing. Summer Wells has been missing. And of course, the one case that we're probably going to be focusing the most time on, which is Leila Santanello. And so, like I said, turn all your notifications on. I'm going to try to go live several times today from different locations just to give you a lay of the land of Kingsport. So if you guys don't know anything about it, I just figured maybe later today before Olivia gets here, we will just take the walk. We'll start at the AmeriCorps. We'll take you for the walk. The last days, the last times that we know of for Leila Santanello. And hopefully you guys get a good lay of the land and a good understanding of everything. So I hope you guys stick around today, but today we're going to be doing the tour. So we'll see you soon. God bless. I got to do my, sorry guys. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe and kind to one another, especially in the comment box below, because we say no to online bullying, harassment, and just being a rotten individual, right? God bless each and every one of you. Rock it out with your coffee beans out.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.